we are set for tonight's match here in Coral Gables. Greta Schlichter will get us underway, and off we go from Miami. And the first point will go to the Hurricanes.
Siana Tejada there on that very good set on a very easy pass. I keep talking about her. People might think that they're paying me to say this, but I'm just really glad to see somebody that got drafted as an outside taking over the position of middle and doing as good as she does.
Here is Milana Moisio to serve for the Hurricanes. Over to the Cuse, and that is long. It's 2-0 Miami.
Miami starting to serve deep at their outside hitter, number 17, Lauren McCabe, and trying to make it hard on her. If you want to actually hit, you need to pass. There you go, making it very tough on her.
Boy, 3-0 Miami out of the chute.
Two things she can do, obviously reset and accept the challenge, or maybe a little bit of shifting there for the libero, try to cover a little bit more space for her.
Evident rather early, Syracuse having a hard time holding onto the volleyball on the offensive side of things. You know, Alan, for Miami, 10 matches left, including tonight.
When you beat Georgia Tech, you can make, and obviously we're talking about Georgia Tech, but they also got a piece of NC State, which is doing ridiculously good too. So, yeah, I mean, even though it's a very tough place to be in the ACC right now, I think they do have a shot.
You think they're in a good spot? 5-3, 10 matches left. Some real quality victories. Some losses that they'd like to have back. But, you know, so it goes. It's a long season as Syracuse, gets on the board.
Layla Smith hitting out of the middle there. I do think they have what it takes. As usual, as in any sport, you just don't want to. You want to have unwanted losses. Every team in the ACC is pretty good. They can beat you on any day. This is Division I, but that Clemson loss might take a toll. You want to take care of those.
So Miami jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Syracuse is on the board, so it's 4-1. Here's another shot for the Orange. Miami keeps it alive. It's a big hit there. And there's another point.
Good hit, yeah, 4-4, number 17. Lauren McCabe.
Graduate out of Wilsonville, Oregon. Started their collegiate career at Seattle University. If you're joining us tonight watching from home and you're not a follower of Miami Hurricanes volleyball, it's actually very cool. There was a terrific video put out by the athletics department a couple of weeks ago. They put a new TerraFlex floor down here at the gym, and not only does it look incredible, from what I understand, it also benefits the athletes as well.
It's what they use in the Olympics. It's obviously it's the best surface you can put on a court, and it's really good with the padding too when the players go. It's just made for volleyball, so it's outrageous.
5-2 now. That one's in.
Good hit there by the lefty. She comes out, number 22, Raina Hughes.
Raina Hughes, a redshirt sophomore. Nice kill right there. So 5-3, Miami leads again. See, Miami 12-6 overall. Syracuse 2-16. The Orange still looking for their first victory in conference play. And Miami 5-3 overall in the conference with that real quality victory over Georgia Tech last weekend.
And the starting middles for the Canes usually will be Janice Leao, and the other one was Abby Casiano. None of them are inside right now. You have Siana Tejada, and you have Ashley Carr doing the job as in the middle there, the junior.
So 6-3 Miami leads. How about that serve?
Ball was out. Canes have two players that have a jump serve. Obviously Grace, and for Marie Heredia Colon, you're watching her there now from the Dominican Republic.
Went to Central Point Christian Academy in Florida. She's a sophomore, standing at 6 feet tall, and that's a weapon from the back line. Hello, Angela Greaves.
And talking about weapons, that was a missile there by Angie Greaves. Out of Jupiter, Florida. Saw her while she was playing club volleyball, and you knew from then that she belongs here.
She's got a wonderful little attitude on the court, too. She loves being a Miami Hurricane, and she is ferocious and feisty, and there's an ace right there. Oof.
I think she's the only player from the Canes that sometimes does a lot of trash talk, which I enjoy a lot. 9-3, timeout Syracuse.
Now the Canes are running away with set one early. How about that serve from Cologne?
Really good spin, like I said.
Hey, Brad, you know how Nationwide is more than an insurance company?
Oh, yeah. They're one of America's largest financial services companies.
Could we get that in a song like business life retirement?
Or Nationwide's there to protect.
Maybe leave the songs to me.
But I'm the one with 3 Grammys.
I'm kind of the jingle guy.
Not sure I agree with that.
Well, I'm not sure I like your hat.
Well, it would never fit on you.
Wow.
Alice is my granddaughter.
There's things you need to know, Alice. Things I can't leave in a message.
What happened out there? There's plenty of time to tell her the rest.
Imagine a lifetime spent waiting. Waiting for a family. Waiting to be loved. Older and special needs shelter dogs wait the longest to find loving people. That's why Subaru created National Make a Dog's Day, to help these special underdogs never feel left behind again. Subaru, more than a car company.
There's DNA. Then there's heavy-duty DNA. HDNA. It's what every GMC Sierra HD driver is born with, and it's engineered into every aspect of the GMC Sierra HD, with the pulling power to prove it. The new 2024 GMC Sierra HD. Tow hitches of the world, prepare for glory.
Back here in Miami tonight, set number 1. It's all Miami early, leading Syracuse 9-3.
So far, it's been pretty easy. I mean, obviously the Canes with really good serving, blocking, everything going on all 8 cylinders on a Syracuse team that's rebuilding and even moving players from position. So
Cologne out of the timeout. Uh-oh, look out. That was Grieve at the net. She wants it again. Twice she couldn't get it
Ball
to go.
was out. Yeah.
That one's out.
I think he's pretty happy when she serves. I'm getting some very good balls over the net that I can crush.
Pretty interesting going back to last weekend, Alan. Miami outscoring Clemson and Georgia Tech across the board in kills, assists, digs, blocks, and points. It's a good recipe for success, although they came out of the weekend 1-1. How about that? Another kill.
Maria Heredia's actually killing it literally there with that bomb that she just threw there. Look at that. It's coming really fast. And not only that, location. Let's talk about where, in that gap, you know, where it's coming really fast and somebody needs to make a choice real quick.
11-3 Miami. And Cologne says, you're going to keep feeding it to me. I'm not going to stop. And finally she sends one wide. That's a service error. It's 11-4.
She had a couple of tosses. Not only that one, the one before, in which she actually missed, but she fixed it on the air. It was good enough.
Alan, you've been around this program. You know Coach Keno very well. He took over the position on March 20th of 2013. It's easy to say he's really good, but what makes him so good at this job?
Well, that's a long conversation, but I'll let you know. First of all, we come out of a school in Puerto Rico, which volleyball is as popular as football is around here. So I think he was surrounded, obviously, by great coaching and mentorship. And then he went to the States to play at UCSB, and that was that. Then he played for the national team. He traveled overseas. He worked with Jim McLaughlin, one of the brightest minds. If Coach McLaughlin is probably bored, he'll probably tune in. He's a junkie of volleyball. So he has a national championship assistant coach.
Wow.
I think he was born to do this. He enjoys it. It's his calling, and I think that explanation sums it up. Great human being. It's a guy that I know since kindergarten. I have nothing to tell you, I mean, wrong about Keno. I don't think Keno had a B in class. This is what he loves, is living the dream, man. It's a volleyball family also, as we see that that ball going into the net. His wife, she's going to kill me for this, but Stephanie Cox is one of the best players out of UCSB, which is obviously in Santa Barbara. She was also a stud player when they used to have a 4-women league on the sand.
Wow.
So this is a family of volleyball, and the son plays soccer. There you go.
That's how it works, right?
Yeah.
Mom and Dad were great on the hardwood.
And Lucas is going to try to be great in either soccer or golf.
And he's out on the pitch, as they would say.
Yep.
12-7.
I think
Miami
there was a little
leading.
bit of a twisted ankle there. Looks to be fine. Well, magic of being young. It's number 13 there. Zaria Harris. If that happens to me, you know, the police are coming with me on
Right.
the ambulance too.
The ambulance, amputation, on-court amputation, yeah.
I'm just glad to see these games are packed. As you can see, a lot of pink
Yeah.
there. It's Dick Pink Day, so
Both teams efforting in their support in the fight against breast cancer.
yes. That was a clear ace. That was a very good serve. Surgical there into that corner. Trying to go for Angie. They both talked there. We got this.
Orange are fighting back a little bit here, Al.
Yeah.
Down big early, now within 4. Suppose you could say within striking distance. That was a terrific serve by Harris Waddy. Miami with a kill attempt. They can't get it. Grieve at the net. And back comes Syracuse. Grieve tips it up. And now a kill opportunity.
What a net. Yep. Ball went out, but there was a net at number 1.
Greta Schlichter with the
Syracuse has good athletes. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I just think that coach obviously wants to get what he thinks he needs to get them going. And I saw that also with NC State and Coach Lucas Lave. It takes at least 4 to 5 years for you to find what you're looking for and then actually say, okay, now I'm running my program.
You know what's interesting, too, about women's volleyball is someone like myself. I just love college sports in general. You take a look at a sport like football, right? And you go to California and Texas and Florida and a couple of other states to recruit. But volleyball is a global sport. You can quite literally recruit globally. And I would imagine at times that's probably fulfilling and it's a bit easier, but I could also see that as overwhelming. You know, where do you start to find some of these wonderful athletes?
You'll be surprised. I mean, people know where they are. Italy's a powerhouse. Russia, I mean, everywhere you go in Europe, you will see great volleyball. And there's also one thing, and I'm not saying this because it helps me, because we see now Alanis Vieira in there. Even though she was born here, but Puerto Ricans are American citizens also, so you can also even go to Puerto Rico and you don't even have to deal with any visa. So, yeah, I do agree with you that it's way easier to recruit than it is in other sports, but I think we've seen this back and forth in the NCAA for the past 5 to 6 years. A whole bunch of Brazilians coming in, Europeans back and forth.
I
Puerto
thought it was
Ricans
actually,
back and forth.
I figured it would be harder to recruit volleyball than, say, like a more domestic sport like football. I mean, so many wonderful athletes globally. You don't really find that in like a baseball or a football, right? Like this is a wonderful sport in volleyball. You can literally take a flight across the globe to find your next superstar at your college program.
Not only that, I mean, I hope people realize where this conversation is going. There is nothing like the NCAA anywhere else.
Right.
So they get to study, they get to play, and they go back to their countries with that little paper that says that they finish up there and they learn a different language. So it's a win-win situation.
All right, 16-9 now in favor of the Hurricanes.
Both teams running a 6-2. I'll make that explanation in a bit. Coach Cano running a 6-2 now, which means that you get to use 2 setters. So you use a double sub, and you get to put an opposite or a right side hitter to hit, and that way you maintain. The big deal with this is that due to the amount of subs, people don't want to run it. But it's becoming more and more popular to have, instead of just 1 setter like the Canes usually run with Savannah back, so you can run with 2 setters and have hitters all over the place.
Here comes Grieve. See you later. Wow, very
Alanis
impressive.
with those great hands. I think Alanis is very valuable to this team in a whole bunch of stuff. First of all, she's a spark plug. She's a great teammate. People love her. And she has probably one of the softest hands that I've seen in my life, so she's really good at setting.
Junior setter out of Longwood, Florida, Alanis Vieira.
She needs to play DS. She will do it in a heartbeat and with great numbers. Both parents actually play volleyball out of Puerto Rico, so shout out to Cynthia and Felix, one of the best coaches in the nation. He coaches at OTVA. This is a guy that has like 12 national championships.
Wow.
One of the best setting coaches in the nation, too. That's why you see Alanis in there, too.
A couple of substitutions here for both Miami and Syracuse. Real terrific crowd on hand on a Friday night.
It is. I'm enjoying this year. I think also talking to Coach Keno, I think this has been a very fun year for him. He likes the team and how they're working. There's a touch there. And I've seen him relax. After I saw some videos of them after beating Georgia Tech, Keno jumping, and they were throwing Powerade, whatever it was, Gatorade in there. And I haven't seen that out of him ever.
Really?
To be really honest. So I know he's having a blast, and that makes me really happy. You know?
Well, you know, he's also created the culture here. They really have become a program. If you go back to 2013 when he took over, they've gone to the NCAA tournament 6 different times, right?
Yes.
So when you create a culture like this, you start to create the expectation that annually you're going to find yourself in the NCAA tournament, and he's done a terrific job at that. In fact, they've been every year since 2021, 2 consecutive years, and looking to make it 3 in a row, and they have a good shot this year.
They had some couple of rough matches, as you usually have at the beginning of the year, that made me wonder if they had it or not. But lately, with what I've seen, I truly believe they have a shot. I need to be honest, I truly think they do. For Maria Heredia there, finding that deep corner in 5, which nobody can dig that ball anywhere in the nation.
All right, another timeout on the floor. Miami has a 20-11 lead over the Syracuse Orange. We'll keep it right here. Good to have you with us on a Friday night with Alan Obrador and Kyle Seeloff. Thanks for making us a part of your Friday night, wherever you might be, however you might be watching Miami in action tonight. Alan, you and I will be back with everybody on Sunday as well, so there's no rest for the weary in NCAA volleyball. You play a couple of times every week, and let's get back to the conversation we were just having. Miami, it feels like they're in a decent spot. 12-6, 5-3 in the conference, a couple of real good quality wins, some bad losses, but with 10 matches left, including this one here tonight, they're in a good spot moving forward.
Well, like I said, they took care of NC State, which many people thought probably that was going to be not a W. They got Georgia Tech, so like I said, they have bounced back, and they're telling people, listen, this is not going to be this quick. You're watching a match that, I don't want to sound disrespectful, but it looks pretty easy until now. Obviously, Syracuse, I don't think they have right now the personnel to compete. And their only 2 wins in the year has been against Cornell. That was a 3-1, and against Morgan State 3-0. So it's been a rough one. I see key positions that they're missing. So coach is just trying to do the most out of whatever he has. So you're going to see an unfair match here maybe for a little while, but they need to pick it up on Sunday. I mean, they need to keep on winning. I think the key will be not to lose to any team that's right there in that bubble with you. Yeah, let Pitt do the job. Let Louisville, and even though they took care of Georgia Tech, let them get the W's. Right. We need to focus on the other ones.
I think you make a good point, right? A lot of what people say is, and what they're going to be watching for down the stretch, is take care of the teams that you're supposed to beat. And now sometimes that's not always fair, but the media will critique them in a way in which, hey, you were supposed to beat that team. Did you? Yes or no? And we'll evaluate from there. So 20-11.
They will beat you up a little bit more. Great block there by Ashley Carr. They will beat you up if you don't make it. So at the end, you need to take care of those as a coach. I always tell people I don't mind losing to the teams that are there with me. I just don't want to lose to a team that doesn't have the same talent that I have. Those get you in trouble all the time.
Near ace for Miami. They have a 10-point lead in the first set.
Whoa.
Give them 11. Hello.
Ashley Carr. And you know what? It's been so many new names in there. Like Janice has been in and out, battling some injuries. Sienna taking over that position. Avi Cassiano also coming in and out. But whoever he puts in, it's working right now.
Savannah Vach with the serve for Miami. Hurricanes running away with set number 1. Grieve again, and that's an error. That's her 3rd here in the first set, showing a little bit of frustration. Certainly not thrilled with maybe the way she's playing here in set number 1.
I see it as a baseball player. I mean, when you hit 4th in the rotation, you need to swing. You probably come up with more errors than other people do. She gets more of the sets. She just couldn't snap that wrist there, couldn't put any spin in it.
And now Syracuse to serve. Oh, how about that?
Those happen, man. That's a one rule. As you know, I like this. I like this position because I can bend out some of the stuff. That's the one rule that I will take away in volleyball.
Yeah. Kind of like ping pong. If it hits the net, we'll do it again.
It doesn't do any good, man.
Well, it's a terrific serve by Mira Liedermuller.
That's for Maria Heredia Colon. Her superpower is I smack this ball really hard. That's what I do, and blocking is what happens the least in the game. It's what actually, I mean, it's great, but it doesn't impact the game as much. That she's doing does.
Watch this serve. Very, very impressive.
And that's a 3/4 serve. She ain't even putting too much on it. Love the fact that this is the third libero we see on Rosado, even though she has been in and out. We saw Feliciano, we saw Mocio. So I think Kenna's making them fight for their stats. Whoever wants to start, you need to earn it. And I like what I see. They're competing.
Set point for Miami. How will it end here in set number 1? And the Canes could put it away right here. They're going to hand it off to Cologne. Kept alive by the Cuse. The Orange with an error. And set number 1 goes to Miami by a final score of 25-13. The Canes.
That conversation could be taking place in Spanish, but then knowing Alanis, I'm pretty sure it's taking place in English.
Off we go in set number 2. And, oh, what a block, or a dig rather.
Great job by the Syracuse libero, to be really honest.
Alyssa Burt, wow, very impressive by Burt, the graduate out of Oklahoma City who started her career at Colorado State. That was a wonderful dig.
Got a couple on Grace Lopez, who has that hot left hand.
Angela Grieve serving now
short,
for Miami.
Yeah.
Just floated it in there.
Great hitting out of the pipe. Angie ready for that play. Savannah saw her, good connection there.
So a kill for Grieve, and now she's back to serve again. She's going to float it in there again. Not so much this time. One had a little bit more heat on it. And that is
Out of
wide
bounds.
out.
They're looking for a touch. Let's see, they got it.
Oh, they did?
Yes. Line judge got it. A little bit of taunting there. Even the band got into it. Serving to the net. Moisio comes in for Tejada as a DS.
There they are. There's the troublemakers, Alan, right there. The band.
It's another thing that the Canes have a lot of depth. They have Feliciano. They have Moisio. Obviously, they have Yaidali, Rosado. Oh, almost got it out. Nice job, but a great hit. Big hand there for number 23, Cherlyn Antonio. They have athletes, so actually, like I said, within a couple of years, they should be battling out with anyone in the ACC.
How much of it is chemistry, too? How much is it you have to develop chemistry?
Starts with culture. So the moment you start to put your rules, you set up so chemistry can happen. But as a coach, I need to tell you that year by year it gets a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot of work. Good block
nicely.
there, yes. 23-13 there.
Antonio and Harris Waddy in on the block for Syracuse. I believe that's their first of the evening.
Yep.
Sure is.
She went through a little bit of bad luck there. She hit it right into the tape also.
Nice serve.
Good pass.
Oh, even better kill by Miami and Ashley Carr out of Glenview, Illinois.
Well, besides when Janice is in there, as you know, Janice Leao, it's a player that has a lot of future. Hitting the ball, to be really honest, I hadn't seen Ashley in a long time. She's been spiking it really hard in there. She's holding her own.
What a serve from Heredia Cologne. And a kill for the Orange.
And first of all, this is Division I volleyball, so anything can happen. But you don't want this, and this happens so much at all levels. You win big the first set. Now you come to relax. I see body languages a lot.
Get a little complacent.
You don't want to relax. You get complacent. All of a sudden, you're in trouble.
And Syracuse playing much better here in set number 2. It's 5-4 Miami. Make it 6-4 after the service error by Zaria Harris Waddy.
Comes the sub. Sienna Tejada comes in. Moisio comes out. Dalis Rosado, whose sister played at Minnesota under Hugh McCutcheon, one of the best coaches in the nation. whole family from a country, from Puerto Rico, but from a town called Morovis, which is very beautiful in the mountains. And yeah, she tooled on Grace. Greta Schlichter. Listen, it's incredible to see what this coach is doing. We see that they're not doing great, but when you have your libero plays as an outside, when you have your middles playing outside too, he's just trying to survive, pretty much. And a block, one-on-one there.
Wow. Layla Smith out of Newcastle, Indiana. She started her collegiate career at Alabama. 6-6 here in set number 2.
The only player that I've seen that was a libero and does really good as an outside is at Oregon outside, which I keep forgetting, which she was a stud. That's a double right there. Yeah. I want to get rid of that, as you know. I've been making my story on doubles. I think it just stops the game too much. It's not an advantage.
Yeah, it didn't really seem like he got in the way of things, or it was an advantageous situation.
It's just stopping the match. I mean,
play on.
Do not listen to me. Listen to the brightest minds in volleyball in this place.
Well, you're one of them now.
Everyone.
Come on.
Yeah, I wish. And they're fighting for that. Also, the inconsistency. Nice block there. The inconsistencies of how they call doubles sometimes and how they don't. It's a rule that needs to go.
Keep an eye on Savannah Vach. That's a great
she tried
block.
to do. Savannah did the right thing. When you're blocking against a small player, if you go up, they can tool all over you. You need to stop there and just go low and press. Otherwise, you're not going to get that block.
Terrific serve.
Oh, something that got stuck in there,
miscommunication.
And by the way,
Susan Smith, they got tangled up at the net there.
They were both going, close to the middle. To Greta Schlichter, I should say. I mean, kudos to her. I mean, it takes a lot of courage to play as an outside on a D1 when you're a tiny libero. So a lot of credit to her. Grace Lopez doing what she does. She has one thing that messes up everyone. First of all, being a lefty, you seldomly see that angle from position 5 cutting into 6-5 in there. So if you don't have somebody that serves like her, which I think 99% of people don't, besides that the serve is really good, it's the angle, it's crazy. Like, as you can see there. Good blocking there by Sienna Tejada.
Hey, how do you, as someone who's been involved in the game for as long as you have, recognize a player's capability with the jump serve? I mean, not everybody can do it. How do some of these young ladies perfect this?
You'll be surprised it happens naturally, like the ones that are, as you know, it's talent. Everybody has different talents, but you will see players that, since they're very little, they have that good snap of the wrist, and they all of a sudden they start to go, can I jump serve? Can I jump serve?
So it's just practicing.
And then you start to see who has what it takes. After that happens, my numbers are, if you can put 7 out of 10 in there, go for it.
Really? You're hitting about 70%, huh?
Yep.
All right, timeout on the floor. We'll head to a break, and we'll be right back.
Fashion always came easy to me. But when the fashion critics told me to play it safe, I decided to call an audible. Does that make me a fashion icon? Sure, but inspiration is everywhere if you're listening.
Ignite your imagination. Audible.
That looks really high.
It is high.
Whenever you're ready.
Are there any snakes?
Nope.
You sure? Here we go.
It's time to push your limits.
You're doing great.
Whoa, is that a buffalo?
Babe, that's a cow.
The all-new Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness. Adventure on the edge.
There's DNA. Then there's heavy-duty DNA. HDNA. It's what every GMC Sierra HD driver is born with, and it's engineered into every aspect of the GMC Sierra HD, with the pulling power to prove it. The new 2024 GMC Sierra HD. Tow hitches of the world, prepare for glory.
And we are back here at the James L. Knight Sports Complex. us on the beautiful campus of the University of Miami. Thanks for hanging out with us, making us a part of your Friday night on ACC Network Extra. It's ACC Volleyball between the Miami Hurricanes and the Syracuse Orange. Get a look at that, Alan. Total kills, 16 for Miami, just 9 for Syracuse, although Syracuse playing much better here in the second set.
Much better in this one, yes. They just fell there on a little streak at the end, but yeah, they're fighting way better.
So coming out of the timeout, serving for Miami. It was Grace Lopez. Ooh.
I love that connection. I think that's the next step for Miami. They can actually hit those middles and they can score. It's great.
Tejada there, wow.
Yep. You said that we're on the ACC network. What a great conference the ACC has become in volleyball.
Oh,
2 teams in the Final Four. Lots of teams ranked. Incredible.
Yep. Nice dig there by Vach. And now Grieve.
Nice
dug
dig.
out nicely by Burt. Said her name a couple of times now.
Yes.
She's been terrific for Syracuse.
Burt is really good.
And
off the
Grieve
block.
says, feed me again.
Reeves knows she has Schlichter there, which should be their weakest blocker. So she just did it easy. I'm just going to go over her and just place it there.
This was a 6-6 tie here in the second set. 8 consecutive make it 9 points for Miami. This time an ace to make it 15-6. And Grace Lopez, look at her go.
She's the Pink Panther. I want to put a name on her.
There you go.
She walks and she's the Pink Panther. She's so cool. Now you see that little angle that I told you about that it gives people like way more trouble.
Got those long athletic legs, and just a freshman. You talked about all the countless hours she's put into this growing up. It's pretty evident rather early she's not intimidated by the ACC as a freshman.
That's a volleyball physique. Also, when you see her now, you see the double sub. Alana is coming in, Yardimchi coming in, and then Savannah and Grace coming out. So Ken, obviously, there's something you need. Every time Alanis comes in, she's a spark plug. Also, Yardimchi's a very good hitter. So he just wants to get them in this situation, so when he needs them, you know, you've seen the court enough.
Syracuse serving. It's 15-7. And now Grieve
Nice
again.
roll shot.
Can Syracuse keep it alive? Yes.
3-ball.
Now a good chance for the Canes. Will they capitalize? And the answer is yes.
Talking about players from overseas, Yardimchi from Turkey. 2 Puerto Ricans in the court. And on Syracuse side, a whole bunch of players from overseas too.
Another substitution here for Syracuse. Charlene Antonio checks in on the Dominican Republic.
Yeah. It's a great talent. Dominican Republic has been all the way to number 6 in the world. We have a great program there.
Volleyball, will be back in the world's focus this coming summer, right?
Yes.
The Olympics.
Yes. At some point, Flor Maria, I think, will be part of that team. Grace, for sure, will be part of the Puerto Rican team.
That's really cool.
She understands, like, right now they're stacked, so she needs to wait her turn, but I think she has what it takes.
That's really cool. What an unbelievable opportunity that'll be for her at some point down the road. And really, it sets up nicely as a freshman now. The Olympics roll around at 24 and then 28, so not far after she's removed from school.
And not only that, at 24, obviously it's going to be in France, in Paris. It's going to be ridiculously good to be there. And on 28th, it's LA again. So to have that Olympic experience, I want to look at the numbers, but you know that you're super special if you made it there. I mean.
And not only will she probably get there one day, they'll have a darn good chance to win it.
Yes, now the Dominican Republic, like I said, they just beat the United States maybe a month and a half ago in Canada and during the Norseca matches, which is the region that we play in. There's some very tough players.
Really good, yeah.
Very physical team.
17-9 Miami now. Second set. Canes won set number 1, 25-13.
Flor Marie's challenge will be to become a better passer. She understands that she's pretty good, but she needs to be better for that team. The moment that I saw her talking about her, I'm not there yet, but I'm working towards this. I go, this girl's on the right track. Her mom was a superstar also out of the Dominican Republic. Coach Keno's challenge will be, if this is going to be how the game is going to turn out, to find something to activate these girls tomorrow. Like I said, for them to be ready on on Sunday.
Right. And
I truly don't enjoy having an easy match. People go, what do you mean? Yeah, I don't enjoy having a very easy match. It usually feeds me that energy for the next one. Moisillo with the really good serve. Overpass.
19-9 Miami. Oh, Canes try to keep it alive.
The only reason why that ball wasn't an overpass is that their setter, number 2, Veronica Searzan, she's huge, and she got a piece of it all the way there. I think she should be one of the tallest setters, I think, at the ACC.
19-10 Miami. Ooh, kept alive.
Oh, nice play by Alanis Vieira there.
And a terrific dig on the receiving end by Syracuse that time. Canes are scrambling, and here's Cologne. That's a point for the Canes.
Cologne did something very smart there. She didn't risk it too much. Let's just go for a deep shot to 1. Here comes the double sub again. Lopez and back coming in for Alanis and Yardimchi. They did their job. Checking the numbers, it was 12-6 when they got in. So Miami had a 8-4 run with them inside. Great numbers. Good set.
Wow.
Great turn there. She's not too happy about it. She's such a cool cat.
Yeah, she is. It's fun to watch her.
It looks. She has eyes on her veins. Like she's very relaxed and very composed.
Fairly emotionless.
For a freshman?
Yeah. It's amazing.
Well, when you play in Puerto Rico, I mean, you're in Disney World here, so. Boom, my God.
Wow.
Thank God that she covered herself there. What a bomb there out of 4.
Just emotionless, though. Look at it. They're just very stoic.
She's playing opposite her right side, which we would like to call it right side for whatever reason, but she can pass and play outside, too, so she has so many choices. Good pass.
Bomb of a serve there. Terrific pass. That's
great block.
Wow.
They say it was out. It was out. Yeah.
Oh.
It went down really fast, but Carr was there.
Just a little bit outside. 21-12.
She should be happy. She's been all over the place. I mean, she's been touching some balls. She's been pretty good on offense, both her and Sienna Tejada.
And a service error.
And that'll kill you all the time.
So Rhea Harris-Wadi not happy.
Jaidalis Rosado, the junior out of Morovis, Puerto Rico. Her sister going to play professional ball. This is her new professional league in the States. She will be playing pro now in Orlando. She should be watching. And a little bit of luck there. Off the hands.
You know, you've talked a lot about Grace Lopez and the competition that she's played in Puerto Rico. For how long now, even as a freshman, has she been playing almost at this level, a collegiate level? For how many years would you say, roughly?
I know she even got to practice with some of the teams there that play in the professional league. So,
wow.
I mean, she's seen as good talent as anybody else around here. So
it's amazing.
That's why you see her. She looks like a pro.
Just doesn't phase her. That's out. That's too deep.
And in my country, there's air horns, people drinking in the stands, people screaming a lot of stuff. Like I said, this is paradise to us, like very chilled, you know,
right.
Composed. But there are players that at the moment you see how they move, you know, how elegantly and easy.
Very graceful,
She was like born to play the game, to be really honest.
And she's going to serve. Look at that serve. My goodness. Kept alive. Terrific job by Syracuse, and they get themselves a point. That was beautifully done. Maybe the best point of the night that they've had.
Oh, I mean, hitting percentage is still on an all-time low, but they're still tipping and scrapping and doing whatever they can. Whatever it takes to score at this moment, you know, you're down by a lot.
Miami hitting .333. Syracuse hitting .062. And that's an ace.
Yep. She's playing outside. Like I said, her position is libero, so you should expect a good serve and good defense out of her. Greta Schlichter.
With the ace out of Leithen, Germany.
Should be telling people one day I played outside on
Yeah.
D1 thanks to somebody that didn't let me play libero because we didn't have the players at this time. So she's enjoying it. Also, she's embracing the. I enjoy that too.
24-15, and we've got ourselves the timeout.
Not too happy about a timeout of 24-15. Have no clue, but I mean, if you have them, use them.
And when you're in this situation that Syracuse is in, where you're 2-16 and 0-8 in the conference, maybe you find every opportunity you can to be a learning moment, a teaching moment. So, you know, and it does the optics of it. You know, it's like, why? But, you know, if there's a teaching moment for these young ladies, who knows what it means down the road.
Whatever it takes. Like I said, they're on a slippery road there. They need to get better. So coach knows. Just obviously at 24-15 doesn't make any sense. Or maybe something that he wants to get out of the way and doesn't have to repeat it coming into the third right now. But I see a lot of players. Like I said, we're watching the rosters, and they were recruited as outsides, and they're playing middles. They're playing middles and playing right side. Liberos playing on the outside. So, I mean, he's trying to do the best with the talent that he has at this moment, and you can't expect anything else from a coach. You deal with the chips that you get. That's that. But physically, they have what it takes. Obviously, they you know, he's missing some key players. There's no way you can compete at Division I when you have a tiny libero playing outside, when you have middle that's passing. So it's a matter of finding the pieces. It's a great school, as you know. It's a great place to be, so I don't think he should be having any issues recruiting for Syracuse.
Set point, blocked by Miami, kept alive by the Orange.
That was an easy point, and they actually played it out of bounds.
And
boom.
There it is. It's 2-0 Miami.
There it goes, the Dominican little dance there.
In coming to town on Sunday is Boston College. They are a very good team, and that'll be a lot of fun. You and I, Alan, will have the call for you on Sunday, so we're looking forward to that. But set number 3 underway here in Miami. Canes took the first 2 sets, and can they sweep them away? We'll have to see. Or can the Orange figure a little something out and make this thing a match?
Coach Keno saving Grace Lopez on this set. Jardimchi playing on the right side.
Nice dig, nice block.
Straight into the net.
Another hitting error.
It's a good move by Coach Keno. Obviously, you know, he's resting Grace Lopez. You want to take care of that arm. Young freshman player who's been hitting the ball a lot. I'm winning easy, why risk it? So, and plus Jardimchi was a starter until last year. I mean, it's a very solid player out of Turkey. She knows what she's doing. Nice serve by Moisillo there, and couldn't handle. Pretty sure we'll see Alanis back in there too. I like Moisillo a lot. She brings in a lot of good energy. That's an illegal blocker. Their setter was there on the net, so the moment that she contested the ball and their hands are over, she becomes an offensive player while being in the back row, and referee saw it right away. Tito Marrero, second ref, one of the best refs in Florida. One of the best in the nation, if you ask me.
And it's 4-0 Miami. They're in the third set.
Usually does R1. He's doing R2 today. Probably be the R1 and a referee one for those that don't dominate the terms on Sunday. But he's very good and experienced. He knows his protocols.
And he'll probably be working at the NCAA tournament, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's a great
He's that
opportunity.
good.
Did you ever take up reffing? Did you ever do it a little bit?
Reffing, I think everybody who coaches had ref at some point.
Yeah, even during practices, right?
Yeah, no, in prep, but also in tournaments. Remember that when you're in club, refs get to do down ref a lot.
Oh.
And you'll be surprised how many of them are actually really bad. They need to know the rules. As you can see, he's standing on the serve receive side. You just gave me a really good spot here. And then he goes into the blocker side. And many of them don't even know this rule, so you can just enjoy it right now. See that he moves. He stays on the blocking side.
Oh, man.
Just to help out. His job is to check rotations on offense. After that happens, all he should be checking is for the net. That's why you don't see him moving elsewhere. He's checking on the girl because the ball, when it bounced on the floor, hit her in the face. So he's making sure he's okay. It's very smooth, too, when he talks. He likes to go back and forth also and talk to players. I like refs like that. But we can see the job. For the ones that are there, meaning referees or even coaches that you don't know where you're supposed to be, you have him right there, just follow him. Look how he always moves to the blocking side and he stays there. Now you'll see him move to the other side. It's a little ballet there that the good ones know how to do it. And that long rally by the Canes. Feliciano coming in now to play DS2. All three of the DSs have been libero this year. That ball got through there, number 23, Dominican Republic. Cherlin Antonio squeezed that one in.
Six to 2, Kings lead here in set number 3. Near the net, and Cologne again. Boy, she rips
Nice
that arm
tip,
back
yeah.
and she goes
Yes.
to hammer that thing home. It's like, oh my goodness, look out.
The moment you see that hand up, I was actually working today in my club, telling that once you see that hand up, in the history of volleyball, nobody has been able to retrieve it and hit. So the moment you see that hand up there, you need to go. That's a tip.
Oh,
And
that's
an
terrific
ace. It's an
serve.
ace.
Beautiful. It's Mira Liedermuller out of Germany. Country made of Greta Schlichter. A freshman with a beautiful serve, and that one
And into the
unfortunately
net,
ends up
yes.
in the net. That's,
Angie
that's the freshman mistake right there, right? A
Yep.
beautiful serve, and you follow up the next one, you put it in the net, but boy, it was very impressive, that first one.
Kano resting some of the players. Angie Grease was resting in the back row. Feliciano in to pass for her. Good pass by Schlichter. And the block there on number 23, Charlene Antonio.
Service error right there by Miami.
Happens when you have that serve. It's a riskier serve. What you see more in volleyball are jump floats on the women's side, and in the men's side, it's just this all the time. Everybody pretty much jumps the ball. You're not even passing. You're actually playing defense.
Wow.
In men's volleyball, it's
trying to keep it alive, huh?
And at the highest levels of the women, the speed, unless you go see it, there's nothing I can do for you to believe me. It's
amazing, huh?
They have men have nothing on them. Nice dig there by Rosado, using the pipe. I love that pipe. I think there's something missing. I think Keno now has the players to run it with her and with Angie.
Explain what you're talking about there.
Okay, the pipe is when you see she's in the back row, so she's hitting out of the back row out of position 6. And that's a very high percentage play. You didn't used to be a high percentage play in women's volleyball. Now it is. Within 5 years, the women are going to be playing same as the men. That's how I see it. I mean, every year they get to play more and more like the men. So you need to start getting those things that men's volleyball's doing. Just, get them in there. Make them part of your system.
Oh, nicely done to keep it alive.
Avi Casiano is in now, too, getting some reps in there. Nice touch.
Here comes a big opportunity.
Did good dig again. Ailsa Bird has done an outstanding job at the libero position there. Avi kind of like a miss hit, but I'll take it. Can I just score on this?
It's a 10-5 lead for Miami. Canes just kind of asserting their dominance over the Syracuse Orange here tonight.
And to be honest, at least the last serve there by Yadalis was a great server. They have been taking it easy. Like, that's not her best serve, so I think Coach Keno realizes also it's a pretty easy match. It's an uneven match. And our mentor, which I'm going to say that's his name for the first time in 8 years, David Sosa, will never allow us to just beat anybody really bad. We had games in which when the game was played up to 15, he will make us throw the ball out of bounds not to give people 0.
Really?
As crazy as that sound, that's the mentor that we had, and we're truly grateful of what he taught us. You know, you don't want to dog people that you know you're better than them.
Right.
So that's a great attitude by Keno. More than once, I was that person telling, you better put the serve out of bounds. What? Put it out of bounds, let them score, and then we'll finish it.
Wow.
Very elegant man and lots of, sportsmanship.
Ooh,
good block.
Terrific block.
That's a big size block in there.
Searson out of Savannah, Georgia, out of the islands. Wow, terrific. It was great. That's a heck of a block there.
It's just their best set by far. It's 11-7. So like I said, don't relax.
It was 6-6 in set number 2, and then Miami ripped off a 9-0 run. Syracuse feels like a lot more energy, much more engaged. They're getting there to the net, blocking a lot of balls.
Also,
that was a great job.
I think that 2-0 syndrome happens everywhere.
Yeah.
Moment you go up to 0, the girls relax. So that third set, usually I tell my coaches, like, here we go again. So you can't take it easy. I mean, you don't want to embarrass anyone, but you also need to take care of business. Get it over with. Less plays, more resting time, less injuries, less swings.
There's Yardimchi to serve for the Canes. Deep behind the Miami block lettering. She runs into it. Little jump serve.
Pass.
Oh,
great by Savannah back there on the dump. So easy for her. Ideally, if she was a lefty, she would have spiked it, but she goes, I can still do my job and put it down. Great athlete.
Saw a little real estate and said, I'm going to take it.
She's a pretty decent hitter, too. She's a good athlete. Overall, good athlete.
What a great crowd on hand
Yes.
here in Miami tonight. Really good. Really nice to see. Supporting these women and Coach Gondara, who've done just a fabulous job this season, last year, making the tournament now in 2 consecutive seasons, going back to 2021, 6 times since Coach Keno took over here in Miami. He's got it rolling, doesn't he?
Some very interesting wins, like I said, on teams that we didn't know that how the Kings were going to behave against them, and they got some very good W's that have bounced them back and made them believe that they can surely make the tournament now.
Comes Grieve again. She sends that one
It was
too
a
deep.
great hit, just too deep there. He maintained Alanis now in the back row, running that 6-2 now with Lopez.
Grieve gets another shot, and this time she capitalizes.
I don't know if you've noticed, but they haven't been, they haven't had the, how can I say this, to hit the ball really hard. So every time they just place it correctly, they're scoring easy. Though the couple of points that Syracuse has gotten is when they got greedy and they want to actually start hitting it real hard. That's really good. All they need to do is play the game right, hit deep to the corners, and that's that. You get greedy trying to hit down, yeah, they have some skilled big players that are pretty athletic too.
So 14-9 Miami.
Nice on the free ball and then
give
net
them
violation.
15, and that's going to send us to a break here in Coral Gables, Miami.
Schlichter
15-9 lead over the Syracuse Orange as the horn sounds here at the James L. Knight Sports Complex. We'll take a break, our final one. We'll be right back.
Can't sleep.
Just a lot on my mind.
I can't sleep either.
It only gets tougher with age.
Mom, what?
Well, knowing Progressive can protect your home, auto, and business should help you relax.
Good, because I could use a good night's sleep.
Me too. You know how early a chimney sweep gets up every day?
Wait, is this all a dream?
Why would Jamie be in my dream?
I am America's biggest spokesperson.
Debatable.
I said biggest.
Well, he's got you there.
Imagine a lifetime spent waiting. Waiting for a family. Waiting to be loved. Older and special needs shelter dogs wait the longest to find loving people. That's why Subaru created National Make a Dogs Day, to help these special underdogs never feel left behind again. Subaru, more than a car company.
I think she's working on that. She's a great athlete, so it's attainable.
All right, so 15-9 Miami. Kane's looking to close out the Orange and sweep them. And Syracuse says, just hold on a minute here.
Greta Schlichter saying, listen, I'm Dolly Barrow, but if you give me a chance, I'm a smart player. And she just tipped over the block there. Oh, I think she mishit that one badly there.
16-10.
Moisio coming in now for Abby Casiano to serve. Alana is still in there running the show. In the back row, Savannah back taking a rest.
Oh.
Almost.
Oh,
Feliciano went for
alive,
it. Yes. Yes. Good effort, man. The moment you see your people coming to the floor, that's where your team's telling you right in your face.
Especially in this situation, right?
Intensity. We're in this match. We're dialed in. We're fighting. The moment you don't see that on defense, you know their heads are somewhere else.
Oof.
Has that power, and if those hands are not really well placed, she will break that block. I would love to see her, and that's something that we will see here. We see the double sub coming back now, your Dimchi and back. I think the next step for her is to actually learn how to tool, because at some moment you can't keep on breaking blocks. You're going to find those big blocks in there when you go into the Big Ten and those places. So she needs to learn how to tool, and pretty sure Coach Keno's working with her on that. Almost dug there by a good hit.
Alan, where do you think the ACC falls in terms of nationwide conferences? Is it kind of Big Ten, then Pac-12, and then ACC?
I think right now they got to be in the top three.
Yeah.
And those top three, I mean, obviously, only have Wisconsin and Nebraska making ripples around.
Big Ten, Big 12, yes. ACC, Pac-12.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But the ACC, like the last 3 years, has taken a giant leap.
Yeah.
A giant leap, and that happens. Thank you for the question, by the way. It's a great hit by Carr. I think she's the best middle that I've seen hitting here besides Janice Leao.
Wow.
What's been happening is the schools here have been investing what you should invest, coaching. Lucas Lau is the assistant coach to Coach Karch Kirai. He's the guy that has a gold medal in the Olympics. Wow. He's going to NC State. Coach Keno has a national championship as an assistant coach at the University of Washington. So great coaches coming here. And, I mean, why can't you build the same programs? Of course.
They call it paradise down here in Miami,
yep.
and they're not wrong, are they?
There is nothing why this shouldn't happen before.
Wow.
Great hit,
Oh,
but
terrific.
she'll take it off the shoulder.
The Orange are laughing through that one. Wow. Huh.
Well, I mean, imagine they have nothing to do and it went inside, so happy too. I think they are checking something that might have happened before. Let me see. Not quite sure what they're. Is it a challenge? Yes, it is.
So the previous play is under review.
Yeah, obviously it has to be by Miami because I mean, Syracuse is not going to make any challenges on that crazy point that they just got. So not quite sure what they're looking for, but we'll see if it's in the net or if it's in or out. Referee Tito Marrero there. It's incredible how challenges and you get to see plays. The ball moves so fast that you need them, and obviously it's a resource that we used to see it internationally, but not here. And then to see it here, it's really cool. Sometimes you see in the Olympics that they graze the pinky, and I'm like, who's gonna see that? So unless you have those slow-mo cameras, you cannot. So why not use technology for the right reasons? Coaches sometimes are smart enough also to just ask for a challenge, and as you can tell, you get a free timeout too. So yeah, there was a net violation by number 23 out of Syracuse. So score, it's 19-12. I think it was number 13 though. Zaria Harris. Good thing about video is that it takes away a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
There's not a reason to be screaming at the ref. You go, listen, I saw it on video and it's pretty clear. Right. And go back to your bench, get some Gatorade, and enjoy the match.
You're right about that. Oof. Wow.
Ah, there you go. That's an ace right in the corner.
And a little dance.
Our producer was just telling us I didn't know what was happening. Just to let you know, we didn't either, so do not worry at all. So now we know it's a net.
Oh my,
that's a bomb.
How do you do that?
You're Dominican, you're strong, and you hit it hard, I guess.
Holy cow.
It's the mango, man. It's the plantains.
Whew, I guess so.
Oh, this girl. Offensively, I like her. She might not be impressive, but she's always there, available with the hand high, and she hits it pretty good. I like what I see out of Ashley Carr.
This is worth the price of admission right here. Cologne's serve.
Yes.
And a timeout.
Or Grace's serve, whichever. There's so many things to actually see here. I'm very glad to see a whole bunch of my players from my club, but I see players also from clubs nearby, and this was very much needed. These are your idols. Who do you look up to? Who do you want to be like? And right now here at Miami, they have a great way of watching really good matches. They can obviously see the Canes, which are having a great season, but they can come see anybody else in the ACC. Enjoy while it's still free. I don't think these matches should be free, to be really honest. If I pay $5 to see a crappy high school match, I wouldn't mind paying to see these girls.
Yeah,
and if that money goes to the program, even less.
I think you make a great point. There's would be no shame in making them pay a little admission to get into this building tonight, because this is some high-quality ACC volleyball, certainly from the Miami side, and Syracuse, an upstart program, trying to make their hay at some point in the near future. Terrific crowd on hand. A lot to look forward to in the ACC.
There's a lot we can do for our girls in our website and in an Instagram page. We post consistently, where they play, so they can actually come. And I would love to see other clubs. I know they're doing it too. Send your girls here so they can see. Hopefully one day, one of the locals, which we've had a couple already that have made it in here. But it's, I think it's a great honor to play for the University of Miami. So
let's take a look at what's happening around the league tonight. Virginia Tech and Notre Dame, Florida State and BC. Boston College will be here on Sunday. Clemson and UNC in action. Louisville and Wake Forest, Pittsburgh, NC State, Duke, and Georgia Tech. So
you have two great matches going on. I mean, they're all good, but NC State and Pittsburgh, it's a really good one. That's one I want to see it on replay. And then Wake Forest against Louisville, that's another good one too.
21-12, Miami leads. 4 points away from taking the match. And
it's a home run.
Comes out of the break. And yeah.
As well, I'm Dominican. Big Papi also hits it hard. So it's a home run. I'll take it. There was a sub, number 16, coming in. Melina Brucken, Diaz Libero.
And that one is wide.
And that's what you don't want to do as a Diaz.
So 22-13 now. Oh, it's a beautiful serve.
Very good placing.
Wow. The old battle at the net. Wow.
Great
Angela
job by
Grieve
Angie.
got it over. Oh, look out.
She can't touch it. That ball, she had no chance at it. You don't want to make that little girl feel bad. See it again. Very high, Angie there. No way. No.
It wasn't
way.
going to get over anyway.
No, that ball was in the stands. By the way, great effort by Syracuse.
Yes, it was.
And I mean, I understand. I will fight every single point, but 23-13.
It's going to be very difficult to get that ball over the net, by the way. That was the third hit, I believe, right? So.
Yep. Tito Marrero's doing a great job. You know, he's letting him talk. He wants to listen, and then once it's over, he makes his point. He comes back. That is a lost art in reffing. Why not? We can have that conversation. It's a moment that it's not disrespectful, and he's one of the really good ones at that. He will hear you out, and he will also tell you, listen, this is what I saw, and that's that.
Ooh.
Good dig.
Here comes Angela Grieve.
That's Angie's best shot when that ball is off, hitting it there to the line, and tooling off the block of Angie's Veronica Searzant.
Might be 2 points away from sweeping Syracuse and focusing their attention on those Eagles of Boston College on Sunday. That is long.
Yeah, they're going to be working on those serves for a long time.
And here comes a match point.
Plenty of service errors by Syracuse. Hopefully we'll be here Sunday at 1 p.m.
It's going to do it right here. Oh, what a block by Syracuse. A chance.
They have a couple of
Canes.
players that they can actually build a program on, to be really honest. They have some very athletic, but just missing pieces.
Nice. That was nicely done. The Orange keep things alive here.
This point in volleyball, 24-15, that'll be a big miracle, but
you never know.
Things happen.
Stranger things have happened, as they say, right?
I tell my players all the time, I love this game because there is no clock.
Here comes the serve. It's in play for the Canes. Angela Greaves.
Oh,
and there it
Savannah.
is. Your parting thoughts, Alan.
Really good win. They're looking good. They need to take care of business on Sunday so they can